it feels amazing, I just wanted everybody to see the vision. That's what it's about, and I think that's what Essence is about. I think that this could happen more and more and more, where we can bring as many artists, because New Jack Swing don't have just the artists that you've seen on the stage. It's over hundreds of New Jack Swing artists that done New Jack Swing in the 90s. You couldn't get a record deal unless you did New Jack Swing. That's why Janet and Babyface and artists like that, BBD, everybody transformed into New Jack Swing. And artists are still doing that today. But we would have to show them. That's what Essence do. They show us. They represent. They have this platform which is amazing for us. And we have to take advantage of it, and that's what I did. I did it. I brought as many people as I could, just so that y'all can see the vision, and y'all can see that these are talented people. I'm just the person that throws the ball. I'm the quarterback. I throw the ball, Keith catch it. I throw the ball, Tank catch it. And that's what it's about. And I want to do this more for you all. Next year, it gets better, and it gets better. So I'm truly grateful to Essence and everybody that's responsible for us being here.
You here with the experience. I'm Teddy Riley. Tallboys is giving it to you. I appreciate you all. God bless.
If you want the exclusive, you want the Tallboy, because he's going to bring you the exclusive.
Well, actually, it came to us after we did the Rugrats soundtrack, and I wanted to do something for Sesame Street. Now, it's so crazy because it actually came back around where I may be doing Sesame Street. So if I do it, it's so crazy. I can't wait to play that video for them. So it was just something that I wanted to do from doing the Rugrats, huh? I was at my studio, yeah. Well, I think that music has no color line. So I'm looking for clever. I'm looking at the newness, the dopest. I always think that if you're unique and you're doing something different off from what's the norm, you are unique. You know what I'm saying? You stand out by yourself, like Beyonce, like Bruno Mars. Even though he pay homage, at the same time he's creating on top of it. It's how creative you can be with the information and the content and the things that you have. You have to take it to. It's like getting a keyboard. You don't play the stock sounds. You modify it. So what he did was modify New Jack Swing to fit him. So a lot of people just don't understand, and they trying to knock him for paying homage. It's always great to pay homage. I've paid it a lot, to all of our legends, especially Roger. My idol is like the father to me, And people like Benjamin Wright. Y'all look that name up. Benjamin Wright is one of our greatest black composers. He's from Jackson, Mississippi. And he is the man that created a lot of music that brought us into this world, like the DeBarge, the whole DeBarge family. And he did the Off the Wall album. Everything except Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. It wasn't just Quincy. Quincy have all his soldiers like Benjamin Wright that did all the strings, the famous string line on Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and songs like that. Those are the people that I pay homage to, Stevie Wonder, my uncle. So that's what it's about, man. It's like when they pass the torch to you, you got to speak their name. It's just like God passing the torch and passing the blessing to you. You speak his name. So I speak all of my idols and the people I look up to and my mentors.
I'm always in disbelief, because most times I don't see the gift, I'm God's servant. I'm God's son, and He's just guiding me in the righteous way. And I can only thank Him, and I'm very grateful, to still be here and getting the flowers. They always say, give me my flowers while I'm here on earth. And I'm so grateful to be getting my flowers and all of the things that is coming forth. I've been in this business for a long, long time, 35 years. And I think it's a little more, but I'm not trying to make myself look old. But I'm just, in disbelief, getting this award, getting a star in Hollywood, and all of the things that's coming, and it's God's time, so I'm just patient, and I can't wait to perform tomorrow. I can't wait for y'all to see the show tomorrow. We prepared for this, and I got a bunch of surprises for you all, and when you hear Teddy Riley and Friends, you never know who I'm going to bring. So just prepare for some things to happen. And I want to thank you all for just continuing the support of the music and the movement, New Jack Swing. And to the Most High, I thank everyone. I thank Him. I just can't stop thanking. Every time I see someone, thank you, because they remind me, of the gift that God has given me. So thank you all. I appreciate you.
What this means to me, getting the Power of Influence Award, is it's just another honorary, and a blessing from God, and it means a whole lot to me. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm just happy to get my flowers before anything happens or God decides to take me to the heaven in the place of the Most High. I just want to thank everyone and thank everybody that that support my movement and New Jack Swing, and God bless. Working with Kumo D have been such a great journey for me, So the record with him and Steve Arrington, was basically something I always wanted to do, because I always wanted to work with Steve, and I always been working with Kumo D, so it's an honor.
Please provide clarity for how many groups you were a part of and how many groups you produced, because they can't seem to get the count accurate, right? We were doing this. Okay. And go.
Wow. Okay. I've been in...
You gotta name them all, too.
We want the name.
I gotta count them first, Let me do my math. Okay. I was in a band called Total Climax. We put a record out on Sony. Chasro, which was a subsidiary label of Sony, and we put out this song called Keep On Moving. Y'all can look it up on mine. And then, after that, I joined a group called Kids at Work. Kids at Work, we came out the same time as New Edition, and we did a show in Boston, and I didn't want to do R&B anymore after Kids at Work. And then that's when Keith Sweat came to my projects. And just so that you all know, this all happened in the projects. He lived 2 blocks in Harlem, 2 blocks from me. He lived on the 3rd floor. He lived in Grant Projects. He lived in my house. That's my little brother. Wait, and then we have, who else? Dougie lived on Morningside, which was 5 minutes away. And then Timmy Gatlin, who's the original member of Guy, my best friend. We had the group Kids at Work together. He's on the first Guy album. And then Aaron and Damien, Brooklyn, and they all stayed at my house. We worked on everything. I Wanna was my first R&B song, because this guy talked me into doing R&B. Now, the 3rd group is Guy. The 4th group was Rex and Effect. because I joined them for a little while for the Rex and Effect album. I was just trying to join every group because I'm a team player, y'all. So y'all want to do a group with me, you can. So the group after that was Blackstreet. So that's why I joined all them bands and all them groups. You know, I even wanted to join Backstreet Boys because they got the name from Blackstreet. So
And before I open it up.
That's the truth, though. I'm sorry.
Before I open it up, I just have one more question, one more point to make, because a lot of people do, you know, just by nature assume that you spew off as many R&B records, just New Jack Swing, but they don't also take into consideration the impact you made in rap culture as well by working with artists like Kool Moe Dee, who we know the records that you've broken for rap and being the first rapper to perform on the Grammy stage and all this. So how are those genres intertwined? Kool Moe, if you can speak to that and what it was like working with Teddy early on in a rap capacity, not just R&B singers.
Okay, I'll start from the end and go backwards. What we saw tonight, something I've been talking about for the last 2 years, 3 years even. When we talk to promoters about doing shows and doing performances, we still, since 1979, have been fighting this hip-hop stigma. Conservative Black America in particular does not embrace hip-hop, and when we were doing positive messages and fun songs about the chicken that tastes like wood, they kept saying it wasn't real music. So Teddy coming in for me, quite frankly, gave me a twist. I didn't know it was New Jack Swing yet, because Go See the Doctor wasn't about swinging. But I had a beat in my head. My manager at the time, LaVape Mallison, said, "You got to beat Teddy, you got to hook up, whatever," because he was down the block from me. So I heard his name and I heard about him, you know, church and all of that. And I go in and I got a beat, boom, da-doom, da, doom, da-doom, da. And I'm like, I'm hip hop. I'm like, oh, beat. I leave, I come back, and Teddy's shaking, da-doom, 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 da-doom. And I'm like, well, what is that? He put a bass line on it. And he's shaking his head, but he's selling you. When he's playing it, he's doing like this. And looking at you, almost like hypnotizing you, like, you're gonna feel it, and this is gonna work. You're gonna feel it. So I'm singing and I'm saying, and then I realized when I rhymed over the beat, it changed the way I flowed. That was the first time I realized that the music could dictate how you spit or how you rhyme. So I put a sing-song kind of tone on it. Go see the doctor. Like, oh, okay. It feels different with the bass line. From that point on, I didn't work with anybody else other than him. So all of my hits, Go See the Doctor, How You Like Me Now, Wild Wild West, I Go to Work, They Want Money, all of that's Teddy. So for me, it's a come to fruition kind of chickens coming home to roost kind of moment to be able to be in a formula like this where people can see hip hop and R&B are not disconnected in the way that people keep disconnecting it. And again, Dougie's my brother. I know y'all saw what he did out there, and you saw how the crowd reacted when he did what he did. That's how it is when you position it in a space where it's on a higher platform and you don't separate it. So if we can start doing tours like that and doing things like this on the New Jack, whatever, it's a platform that lets us know that even in the content, even in the party aspect, even in the energy, it's still positivity going on all the way through. And there are hip hop artists. I remember when we first were coming up, there were people that said we don't really like rap, but I like you and Heavy D. The concept between me and Heavy D was also Teddy. Wow. And because Teddy was putting that R&B kind of New Jack swing on it, people understood Moe Dee and Heavy D sound a little different than a lot of other people, including Dougie Fresh. So that was a marriage that maybe you didn't understand what the connectivity was, but there's real connectivity there. So when they call me to do stuff like this, I'm like, I'm always down. It doesn't matter, because I think it's a bigger message to see the unity in the music than it is to see the separation constantly.
I think the spirit of everybody, you, is in me. I learned from nothing but the best. Michael is the best entertainer, and I got all my pointers from him. I didn't just work on his album, I was a sponge. And you see how he go on that stage. I said, man, I want to be like you when I grow up. Show me. So the first thing he says to me is, I'm not myself. I said, what do you mean? Just like his sister. They're never themselves. I'm not myself. I'm somebody else. I'm an alien, or I'm somebody that I don't think about my stamina. I don't think about anything. I just go, and you make me go. You do. The crowd participation, everything, just have me running and have us all going. We all feel the same about it. You know, when it's in your blood, it's naturally gonna happen.
Did you like the video? That's right. Did you like it? Hit that like button.
Think big.
Subscribe.
Think tall.
And
Think
share it.
Tall boy.
Tall boy. The Tall Boy Experience.